Off the top at 10, sailors hunted down by a gunman.
It's scary when you know that there was another man chasing another man right here.
And the shooter aimed at his target while driving through traffic. See the video first on Fox 5 and hear new reaction from the victim's family. Plus, getting Maryland vaccinated and getting the attention of the governor.
I want to let you know, Mr. Governor, very respectfully, that you have reopened the state, in my mind, far too quickly.
More on the controversial remarks from a local mayor and the message he's sending all the way to Annapolis.
I appreciate it.
And an all-star engagement. Who wouldn't want a little help from Shaq? Your news at 10 starts right now.
Developing tonight at 10, we are learning more about the moments leading up to that Frederick, Maryland attack, which left a suspect dead and 2 victims hurt.
New video showing a Navy sailor literally running for his life in the moments after that shooter opened fire yesterday. Josh Rosenthal live tonight with more of the footage you saw first on 5, plus more new information. Josh.
Jim, we still don't know why this happened, but we are getting a better idea of how this happened. Also, tonight, for the first time, we're hearing from a family member of one of the victims. Within hours of it happening Tuesday morning, we knew a 38-year-old Navy medic was suspected of first opening fire inside this tech park in Frederick before authorities say he drove to nearby Fort Detrick, where he was ultimately gunned down. But now, one day later, we can show you more of what happened in between, when authorities say wounded Navy sailor Casey Nutt ran into Nicklock Paving, a business across the street.
He's stopping vehicles, and it looks like he's asking for help.
Nicklock security cameras appear to show Nutt running from Riverside Tech Park while dodging a black sedan. You see him take cover in front of a white pickup truck with flashers on, the black sedan right behind it. Now look closely at the car. Nicklock employees think that could be the suspect's rifle sticking out the window.
Once we found out that was the shooter, that hit home because he was literally right there.
Wednesday, authorities released this picture of the deceased suspect, 38-year-old Fontahun Gurma Woldesenbet. They also released the names of the 2 victims, 36-year-old sailor Carlos Portugal, who is still in critical condition as of Wednesday afternoon, as well as Nutt, who was released from the hospital Tuesday night. We attempted to reach him and got a hold of James Nutt, who said he's Casey's dad. He sent us this statement reading, "It's shocking for any parent to hear about their children involved in a violent act such as yesterday. My family and my thoughts and prayers go out to the family of the other sailor involved and hope he recovers." And lastly, I want to point out that after everything that happened here yesterday, this is where it all started. And except for some really tiny pieces of glass on the ground that you really have to look hard to find, it almost looks like nothing happened at all. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Josh. Also developing tonight, 2 people are dead after an off-duty police officer opened fire on 2 people that he thought were breaking into a car. Now, this happened at a condo in Tacoma Park, Maryland. The off-duty Pentagon Force Protection police officer alerted Tacoma police about a car he thought was being broken into. When he tried to talk with the 2 suspects, they took off in that car and he opened fire. A short time later, the pair showed up at the hospital where they later died. No arrests have been made.
That COVID-19 variant that was first identified in the UK is now the most common strain of coronavirus in the U.S., according to the CDC. Studies show the UK variant is more contagious than the original strain, and there are more than 16,000 confirmed cases of it here in the United States. Meanwhile, the EU's drug regulator says it found a possible link between the AstraZeneca COVID vaccine and a rare type of blood clot, but it said the benefits still outweigh the risks and recommended vaccinations should still continue in adults. Still in Great Britain, authorities recommended the AstraZeneca vaccine not be given to adults under 30 where possible. U.S. regulators have not yet approved the AstraZeneca vaccine for use here.
Right now, since we've got 78% of all the people over 65 vaccinated, that is really starting to slow down, that demand, which is why we opened up to younger people.
Maryland's newest vaccination site at the Greenbelt Metro Station's up and running now, and Governor Larry Hogan was there for the very first day. He says sites like these can give out 100,000 vaccinations per week. It wouldn't be possible without FEMA, he says. They've stepped in to help in Prince George's County because of some concerning data that shows blacks and Latinos lagging behind other groups in getting vaccinated. Also at that event today, a very public clash between Maryland's governor and the mayor of Greenbelt at that event to celebrate the opening of Prince George's County newest vaccination site, the mass vaccination site. Evan Lambert is live in Greenbelt with more on how all this unfolded. Evan.
Well, the good news is that people here in Prince George's County have another option for vaccination, but that back and forth between politicians is really highlighting questions about vaccine equity in the state.
This really is a lot of people at the federal, state, and local level coming together for an incredible life-saving mission.
Wednesday morning's debut of the federally run mass vaccination site at the Greenbelt Metro was supposed to be all about celebrating new opportunities for people struggling to get a shot. But a disagreement between Maryland Governor Larry Hogan and Greenbelt Mayor Byrd caused a temporary distraction.
The state has chosen on many occasions to scapegoat people of color across the state as people who simply do not want the vaccine. I'll wrap it up in a second, Mr. Governor. You're in my city, good sir.
Byrd's critical statements toward Hogan leading to a moment when Byrd almost had the mic taken from him and forcing the governor to respond.
We disagree with every word that he said. I can tell you the mayor has had nothing to do with our vaccine effort or this site and didn't have any idea what he was talking about.
Here's some background. The disparity in Maryland between the share of white and black residents being vaccinated favored white residents heavily about a month ago. Hogan blamed hesitancy. Since then, the state has nearly leveled the playing field, although the percentage of black people being vaccinated is still slightly under their portion of the population. We know some people won't take the vaccine.
That's something new to me, and I don't want anything else to affect my health as it is.
But Byrd says hesitancy doesn't explain the initial inequality. A recent Goucher College poll of Maryland residents found just a slight difference in vaccine hesitancy by race, with 36% of black people versus 31% of white people saying they either plan to wait or not get the jab. And we did get an additional statement from the governor's office. It says in part, quote, "It's easy to spot problems, but it takes talent to solve them. Maryland ranks 4th in the nation for vaccinating the African-American population, and we look forward to building on this progress." And for those that are asking, the way to get access to this vaccination site is to go on Maryland State's vaccination website, pre-register, and choose the Greenbelt site. Back to you.
Evan.